Are you done? Hi, I'm Shar. He's Carl, and this is Dieting with a Life. Day 4 of Carl's fast.
Yes.
Day 4.
Day 4.
Okay, so let's talk about how you feel. Hungry?
No.
And still think your wife's awesome?
Yes.
You're still not very good on that rapid response thing. We're going to have to work on that.
Well, it's one of those things where you always have to contemplate, are you ready to pull the ripcord?
You're not.
I'm not. That's
No.
what I decided. That's why I said
The youngest child is still 3. You're not ready for that.
It's fine.
He must be
It's fine.
18.
It fits in a backpack.
No, he did. Okay, so not hungry,
Not
no
hungry.
muscle spasms,
No muscle spasms.
no cravings, big cravings.
Nope.
So day 3 was definitely the hardest day.
So far. Yep.
Yeah, day 3 is usually always the hardest day. Okay, so let's talk really cool scores. Because when you the first day, in the first morning, when you weren't fasting, your glucose was 112.
Yep.
And this morning it was?
86.
86. So you're getting into that.
Which
good-
should be normal. Day 4, that's supposed to be normal. You're supposed to be in a pretty good state of ketosis on day 4.
Yeah, you're getting into that autophagy stage.
Yeah.
So anywhere mid 80s, you're, and your ketones were 0.4 when you started, and they were what?
2.5
2.5. And that was tonight, or yeah.
this evening.
But even this morning, your glucose was lower than pre-diabetic. So you started off at 112, and this morning your glucose was 93.
Yes.
Which is a normal fasting glucose. So you're really doing a good job of training your body to work right.
Yay, body.
Yay, body. You're doing good.
All with no effort.
Well, a little effort.
No, actually anti-effort, because I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm not eating. I'm
That's
not
true.
fixing food. I'm fixing food, but I'm just not eating it.
No, yeah, that's
Yeah.
because we have kids.
Yeah, I have to feed them.
Yeah, that's tough.
There's a rule.
Yeah, there's you must feed the children.
No, the toughest part was when you were cooking when you got home,
Really?
because I could smell it.
The fat and the eggs.
Mhm.
And technically mine's a fat fast too, but I am just eating different kinds of fat than he is. I'm including eggs for protein and biotin. And I'm also doing cream cheese in my allulose sweetener and peely nuts for lots more fat, but it's monounsaturated fat, which is good for my heart.
So, I read about something today.
What?
Ketone esters.
Yes.
Yes.
They are notoriously nasty tasting.
That's my understanding.
They do work probably better at glucose control, I believe, than ketone salts do.
There's no added sweeteners or anything else to them.
Right.
No artificial sweeteners or anything else to them. But they also deliver more ketones than the salts.
They do, but they are also more, they leave the body faster. Like
No.
that's
3 to
what
4
I read.
hours.
Well, it's 4 to 5 hours with regular ketones, so
An hour
kind
one
of-
way or another.
it's kind of all
But you're
depending.
supercharged because you get like 10 times more ketones.
Well, it's kind of all depending on what your goal is, because if your goal is
My
autophagy,
goal would be to like just fast for a day and chug a bottle.
no.
Yeah, jack my ketones all the way up, take some M&M's, some resveratrol, and
No.
Yeah.
You still have to be in a state of amino acid reduction for,
I am most of the time.
yeah, well, you know, there's lots of things that
I mean, that's the one thing with us is we don't have any cheat days.
we don't.
There's absolutely no added sugars in anything whatsoever.
No.
And not even starchy vegetables, so like potatoes and squash.
Corn,
and
squash,
those kinds
peas,
of things. We
beans.
just don't do those
We
right
don't
now.
do those. At one point in time, we may decide to integrate those in depending on how we feel, but
Right now, it's just not necessary.
Right now, mainly for me because of my Hashimoto's, and I have 2 autoimmunes, and all of those things tend to flare my body up. So it doesn't make it very polite and pleasant for me. So I've just kind of said, no, I'm good without it.
So if I decide to go back to some starchy vegetables, I'm going to have to hide my mashed potatoes.
You better hide them like galore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do
Because
that.
if you don't, you'll like wake up with them somewhere you don't want them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We're hiding vegetables. Okay.
So that was my discovery today, was ketone esters. So my understanding of fasting, day 4, is like when you really start to get into things changing. The cells are all doing their thing, and stem cells are being generated, and all that kind of good stuff.
Well, so one of the roles, I mean, there's really no replacing ketones that your body naturally makes with ketones in a can. I mean,
They're chemically the same.
they may be chemically the same, but you really haven't accomplished a longevity thing because you're not going to do that every day.
Well, noticed I didn't buy them.
I know, good job.
I'm not even taking exogenous ketones.
Now-
I normally will take exogenous ketones in the morning.
Now, so will I, depending on what my meter says. If my meter says I'm in the 90s, well, I really want that to be in the 80s for autophagy. So in ketones, exogenous ketones, and they've even put the study out now that exogenous ketones actually do help control blood sugar. So
Does it really control it, though? I mean, I know
it doesn't
drops.
solve the problem.
No, because your insulin's still doing its thing.
Right. It doesn't solve the problem, but for people like diabetics and stuff, then that's helpful to them because that's less insulin they have to take. So in
But are you
insulin,
just masking it? Okay, so let me give you a for
it
instance.
really wouldn't matter.
Let me give you
Less
for
insulin
instance.
is good.
Let's say that I've got a normal blood glucose of 100.
Yeah.
I take some exogenous ketones, and
If you're at 100, you don't need it anyway.
well, but
Unless you
just-
wanna get
just-
into
the
autophagy.
math is easy.
Okay.
So I take some exogenous ketones, just a regular serving size. Test my blood after an hour, and it's down to 90.
Yeah.
So I've got a 10-point reduction, 10% on my glucose. Where did the glucose go?
Well,
Now, ketones don't eat glucose.
I will have to look into that. I have not studied how it controls
I mean, is it one of those things where it might just be masking the glucose?
No, you're actually
So then that
controlling it.
10% glucose is going into
works,
storage?
It works very much like metformin. It causes the body to stop producing it. Okay, so
Oh, okay. So it's not like free radical glucose from eating
No.
sugar or having sugar in your coffee.
no, it actually prevents the body from the rise. It prevents the
It has already access to fuel, so it drops your glucose.
right, exactly.
Okay.
So same as metformin, only metformin is prescription and ketones I can buy anywhere, and
In a bottle.
yeah, and it doesn't come with the liver consequences that metformin would for me. So, but the
But
thing
hey,
is
I'm getting a healthier liver today.
yes, but they are looking at metformin also in longevity studies now.
Yes.
So
Yes, they
that's
are.
kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to skip it.
You'd have to balance out if you're willing to take the liver risk.
Well, anything that's been highly processed, I have a feeling, has got issues.
Yeah.
Because it's not in its natural state. Even the resveratrol that we normally take and the NMN that we take are highly human processed things.
Speaking of highly human processed drugs, I found a drug today and I messaged you on it. And it's pretty interesting to me because I'm all about insulin resistance, keeping that at bay, and not going into diabetes, because with PCOS, that's a huge risk for me. So they have a new statin out, pitavastatin. Levola is what they call, is the actual name that they sell it, I think, under the U.S. for.
Never mind.
Yeah. Anyway, it is supposed to have no risk factors of diabetes. And if you know about statins, you know the big thing that everybody hates about them is
and the side effects.
the side effects. But I don't think it does. I think it still has the same chance of side effects for people at the
So
muscular.
you're still about 30%.
about the muscular, but not the diabetes. It actually helps your insulin and your glucose. Yeah. So it's fairly pricey now. A lot of people are getting it from Canadian pharmacies, from what I understand. There's a Dr. Drew that I saw it on tonight.
Cool.
Yeah, and he was actually looking at it because he said a lot of his patients were like reverting to it. They're going on strike, and
there's a huge statin controversy anyhow that we won't get into.
No, but I thought that was pretty interesting that it was a statin that actually didn't come with the risk, because the risk for women on a statin is 30%. So we have a 30% chance of getting diabetes. So, which is why I did my calcium scan, because my cholesterol was high and I wanted to make sure I wasn't at risk and needed a statin. Yeah. Well, I don't have any calcium, so calcium score is 0.
Score was 0.
Calcium score 0.
Mine was not.
No, he has had a heart attack.
Yeah.
So
anything else today?
Well,
right on schedule for tomorrow.
Nope, right on schedule for tomorrow. You have 3 days left.
5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking of a partial break on 7.
What do you mean?
Maybe something mild and soft in the evening.
How about cheesecake?
Maybe.
I don't
know yet.
It's still in the fat fast.
Yeah, but I'm just not even really thinking about it. I'm just thinking about how I want to break out of this. Do I want to break out of it on the 8th day, or do I want to break out of it like halfway through the 7th? Because I'll have achieved my goal.
You've already achieved your goal. You've already gotten into autophagy. Your Dr. Boz ratio is 53.
Yes, and I am at a GKI of 1.9.
Yeah, so have...
I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. You're there.
I'm there, so I'm going to maximize.
You're going to go for a few days. Yeah.
Which was what my goal was, maximize to the 7 days. It's just, how do I want to break out of this? So I know I'm not going to be doing like burgers and steak and pork chops or any of that kind of stuff, because I need to just kind of ease into it a little bit.
Okay, so it's not like you were doing a water fast. Your stomach is still used to processing solid foods. You don't really have to step into anything.
Well, yeah, it is kind of. Yeah, an ounce a day.
Yeah, so I mean, you've still been working your stomach muscles and stuff.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, when I did my fast, I did nothing. When I did my 9-day fast, I did nothing but broth for twice a day, and but even when I broke out of that one, I didn't find that I needed to. Some people do, I guess. I've heard that they do.
I don't know. I'll find out, because this is my first time.
And every time I've ever fasted.
You're my first.
Go away. You're going to delete that.
She's my first.
We're not having that conversation. No.
I just did.
It's going to be deleted.
So, anything else today?
I don't think so. No unexpected hair growth. No, none of that.
Nothing?
No.
Oh.
No, I pretty soon I am going to have an appointment with my hairdresser and see if she's noticed any difference in the thickness of my hair. Because I have lost...
She only sees you like every 3 or 4 months. How's she going to remember?
She knows.
Well, I guess. She's a professional hair person.
But I over the years of having Hashimoto's and thyroid problems and 3 kids and everything else, I was starting to lose my hair. And
no, you're not.
And I feel like I'm not. I feel like it's back.
Pictures were doing good.
Yeah, I feel like it's thick now.
Mm-hmm.
Where it was really thin. This part was starting to get really wide, and now it's closed back and is a normal part again. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Short update.
Having
Okay.
fun.
We still have the Keto Mojo giveaway. We've got just over a week left on it. So go to dietingwithalife.com/giveaways, sign up, and we'll give away a free Keto Mojo kit. What else? Oh, like, subscribe, share, hit bells, push buttons, do stuff, tell your friends. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought about the video, or if you would like to see anything else. Any closing comments?
I did have a conversation with a lady that today where she wanted me to do a video on sulforaphane. So we may end this one and start one on broccoli sprouts.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good
good
day.
day.